Emma stared at the invitation and laughed softly to herself, a laugh that carried both disbelief and memory. 10 years had passed since high school, yet the same faces that once mocked her over thrifted shoes and quiet ambition were planning a reunion. She knew why her name was on the list. They wanted a spectacle, someone to quietly shame while sipping wine and sharing old gossip. Back then, Emma had been invisible. The girl who stayed late to help the janitor, who tutored struggling classmate without complaint, who worked nights to support her family. Her kindness was never noticed, her voice often drowned out by louder, crueler peers. But she had never let their cruelty define her. Life hadn't been easy, but Emma's persistence had taken her far. She started small, volunteering at local shelters, organizing community programs, building herself quietly. Years of hard work and late nights led her to something unexpected. Her own aviation consultancy, running a small fleet of helicopters for medical and humanitarian missions. She smiled at the thought. Life had a way of delivering poetic justice. The night of the reunion arrived. The venue shimmered with fairy lights and laughter, the same kind of laughter that once rang in Emma's ears as ridicule. People glanced at the guest list. Did she really RSVP? Someone whispered. Others shrugged, expecting her absence. Then the wind shifted. A low hum grew steadily louder. Conversations faltered, heads tilted, glasses paused mid-toast. Outside, a sleek helicopter descended, its lights sweeping across the lawn like a spotlight on a stage. Emma stepped out calmly. No over-the-top display, just confidence carried by years of knowing her worth. She thanked the pilot and walked toward the crowd, greeting people by name, asking about families, listening more than speaking. Shock rippled across faces that had once dismissed her. Dinner continued, polite chatter slowly giving way to stories no one expected. Jason, once the loudest bully in class, stood, voice trembling. A few years ago, I lost everything. My job, my confidence. I ended up at a community program funded by someone I never expected. His gaze found Emma. Emma, it was you. The room quieted, disbelief giving way to reflection. Emma smiled softly. You helped me too, she said. You stayed late with me for math tutoring. I never forgot. The evening transformed. Former classmates shared moments of unexpected kindness and quiet generosity. Emma hadn't come to impress, but her presence reminded everyone that true impact often happens away from attention. Later, under the string-lit patio, someone who had mocked her years ago handed her an envelope with trembling hands. I want to help, they said. Emma accepted it with a nod and a smile, tucking it away without ceremony. She invited them to sit, to talk, to laugh. When it was time to leave, the helicopter waited. Emma hugged a few people goodbye, promised to check in on families she had met, and boarded. As it lifted, the crowd below watched, no longer expecting spectacle, but witnessing presence, humility, and quiet strength. The reunion ended differently than anyone imagined. It was no longer about judgment or hierarchy. It was about connection, remembrance, and the surprising power of compassion.